Hey everyone, it's Moonkin FEW and welcome back to another episode of the RCT3 Masterclass. In today's episode we're going to tackle the advanced level supports, which means if I go to my example here, we'll tackle the kind of in-between supports, if you will, with a lot more detail, and we're going to use a different set of custom scenery. So we need, in this case, we're going to need Moby Steel Jungle. It works the same way as JCAT Steel works, so I'll leave a link in the description below this video. You just download that, you extract it with WinRAR or something, and then you put it in the RCT3 style themed folder. So you go to your directory of RCT3, then you click on style, then you click on themed, and then you click and drag the add-on there. And next time you fire up RCT, it should be there. For some reason it shows two of these, I'm not sure why, but it doesn't matter because they both work. It also has a thicker version, but we're going to stick with the normal version. So we're going to use Moby Steel Jungle V1. And we are going to make a bunch of supports like this, and you're going to see a big difference between this one, which is the basic level with JCAT Steelworks, which is still pretty good, but it could use it definitely could be better, and of course a huge difference versus the stock supports. So, without further ado, let's get started. Now, before we even start to address the roller coaster, I'm going to make you guys, I'm going to make the life of you guys a little bit easier. So what I want you to do is I want you to first place a few of these paths with one block away. I know this looks kind of weird, but trust me, this will make sense. Okay, and next I'm gonna ask you to open JCAT Steelworks, or excuse me, Moby Steel Jungle. Let me just get rid of all these. All right, and we're still gonna stick with white supports, and we're going to look up bar slant H8. Now, as I said before, my personal favorite when it comes to the angle is this type of bar. Now, as you open Moby Steel Jungle, you'll see that this has a lot of separate pieces and a lot of options as well. So in terms of the angle of the bars, you have a lot of choice. H3, H2, H8, and then I think H12, I believe, which is the steepest one. To me personally, my favorite one is H8. And that's the one we're going to use the most. So what I want you to do is place it right here. So on the edge of the footpath for this one, right? And you might be wondering, hey, why are we doing this? Well, basically, because Moby Steel Jungle exists out of so many different pieces, before we start, I want you to, with me, build some pre-made custom support designs that you can use while we're building the roller coaster, and trust me, this is going to save you a lot of time. So this one we're going to use 2 of these bars, this one we're going to use 3 of these bars, yeah, and then this one I'm going to use 4, so that should be here, yes, this is 1 2 3 4, and then the final one, there we go, 3 4 and then 5. Okay, and then we're going to go all the way back to bar vertical extended, and we're just going to put that until we reach the slant bar. And the reason I'm doing this with the footpath is just to double check to see if this vertical piece is in the middle. So when you copy paste this into your roller coaster, it makes sure that it's properly aligned with the track. So there you go, that is all set. Now we're going to add some horizontal bars. Let's see, bar horizontal. Now this one doesn't really need anything. It's okay because it's not very tall. This one I'm going to place one of these bar horizontal. So not the quarter one, the bar horizontal. And I'm going to place it kind of like here, because if you place it a bit too up, it's going to overlap. If you place it down, it's not going to connect properly. So we're going to do that. Now for this one, I'm going to use 2 horizontal bars. And now from this one, I'm going to use 3, but because this one is actually quite high already, I'm going to use 1 more. So there, 2, 4, and with this one, I'm actually going to use 4 of these, 1 2 3 4, and then 2 kind of high up there. So these are the ones I want you to make. So basically H8 and then just 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can use the footpath to make sure that the vertical bar is in the middle. And then once you've done this, there's only one thing left to do. which is another add-on you're going to have to download. And again, that will be in the video description below this video, which is Odie's Coaster Goodies. Now, Odie's Coaster Goodies has a lot of cool stuff that we can use. But the one we are interested in is, let's see here, Futter Eckig and Futter Rund. I believe it's a German guy that made this, or at least German speaking. And you can choose which one you want. You can either have this one, which is a square foot, and this one, which is round. Personally, I like the round one a bit more, but I'll leave it up to you. But anyway, make sure you add footers for everywhere that the supports hit the ground. So like this. You can even change the color here. So let's say if you're making black supports, you can change it to black or whatever. But now we're just sticking to white, so there we go. Now we don't need the footpath anymore, so we can just delete that. There. And there we go. Now we got 5 pre-made designs that we can save, and then we can use it over and over again. So what we can do is we go to our pre-save function. So here in scenery, then custom structure. Then we're going to use the floppy disk here, and we're going to save this design. So there we go. Save it. Now I already have a bunch of these, but just to show you guys that it works, I'm going to name this, let's see, 1.5. Yeah, let's see if that works. I want this to be at the top, so okay, that doesn't work. Let's see here. I'm going to see if I can name it somewhere where it shows up completely at the top. So how about 1.1? I don't think that will work. 1A maybe? Let's see here. That doesn't work, unfortunately. Let's see if I can just name it like this, and then perhaps if I name it just 1. No, unfortunately, it's not gonna. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm just gonna delete these. It's okay because these are almost as similar. These are some pre-saved designs for me, but we don't need these. We're just going to, I just want you guys to, I want to show you guys that these pre-made designs work. So I'm going to just remake these. So I'm going to name it 1.1. And again, you can decide whatever you want to name this. You can name it support number 1, support number 2, whatever you want. Just for the ease of use, I'm going to name this 1.1. This will be 1.2. Yeah. And this will be 1.3. All right. And then of course 1.4. 1.4. And then our final support 1.5. 1.5. There we go. All right, so that took a bit of work, but I'm going to show you now that this actually saves a lot of time. So just like the previous one, first we're going to have to kill all these standard supports. So we're going to load up our support killer, the custom made we've made, because this will, of course, the 5x5, it will be miles or like a lot faster to kill all these supports instead of doing this individually. You can see this goes very, very fast. Almost done. All right, and the final Cobra roll. There we go. No more stock supports. So from here on out, we can get started. So first of all, we're going to have to deal with this small turn right here into the chain lift. So let's open up Steel Jungle and let's go all the way down to the bar vertical extended. And let's see if we can find some matching places to put this. Now, I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but these bars from Moby Steel Jungle, they move up half a position, half a block, if you will, whereas the ones from JCAT Steelworks, they move up one entire block. And this means that there's a lot more options when it comes to placing these bars, which is great because it gives us a bigger chance of putting proper supports where needed. Now, as you can see, this one actually fits quite nicely, but this one right here, as you can see, it sticks out a little bit, and we can fix this if you scroll down to the cap vertical offset. And this is kind of in between one space if you lift it. So like kind of in between. And as you can see, there you go. It's not super pretty, but it does work for this piece. So there we go. And I'm gonna go up to the bar vertical extended. And I'm just gonna do the same here. And from here on out, I'm actually gonna go ahead and see if we can use these pre-saved designs. So I'm gonna load up 1.1 because that's the lowest one. And I'm gonna see if it fits. Look at that. Look at that, that's perfect. All right, and we're just going to continue. And I might actually have to flip them around maybe because this might hit, but let's see here. Let me see, I'm just gonna do a little test fit here. That will hit it. Yeah, we might have to, now let's just see how far we get. So let's do the 1, 2. And again, I'm gonna check to see if this lines up with the track. And there you go. Now you see what I mean? Normally we would have to make this piece by piece, but now that we've saved this one pre-made, we can plop it down instantly, and that saves us a lot of time. And you can imagine if you make multiple roller coasters, you can keep spamming these over and over again, and that's just really going to be very nice. So I'm gonna check here, because I wasn't sure how I was going to do this one, because I have this diagonal track piece here. Let's see if I can find a fitting space. Actually, yeah, I think what I will do, let me just flip this one around like this. Yeah, and I'll just delete this middle point right there. Look at that. That is a nice solution. So it doesn't hit the track. Yeah, I like that. See, there we go. Now with this pre-saved design, look how simple that was for me to make instead of placing all these individual pieces. So let's keep on building. So let's see, this one hits it here. Yep, that's fine. There's also enough room between the support and the track. And then the 1.5 that we've made, look at that, that lines up beautifully there. So that is now fixed, and let's see if we can place a 1.4 a little bit further. Oh, look at that, that is beautiful, that fits just fine. And then a 1.3 is probably going to be, yeah, there we go, that doesn't quite fit. I mean, I could place it here, but again, just like the episode 4 where I told you not to place too many supports in one row, this will be a bit overkill. So we can go straight to the 1, was it 1.2? Yeah. Yeah, I think this will be okay. And then let's see, what about a 1.1 maybe? Or is that gonna be too much? Yeah, that's gonna be too much. So from here on out, I think I'm just gonna go back to the just using the vertical bar, because for just the straight pieces, I prefer to just use a simple, you know, single vertical bar, if you will. Unless it's a corner that is low, then I will use, of course, you know, another bar for kind of extra support, if you will. But if it's just a straight track that goes up and down, no corners, one single vertical bar should be enough. Now, just like JCAT Steelworks, we're going to have to check to see if we can find a place where we can properly position this bar, because just like you know, with the looping, it'll of course ever so gently go to the right. So let's see if I can extend this for as long as possible. So I think this one, just like in JCAT Steelworks, I think this one is kind of pushing it a little bit too much. So I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to do the same on the other side as well. Yeah, so this, and again, now that we have this, we can use this capped vertical offset. And look at that, beautifully connected to the track. So these are now connected. And we still have to support the loop, of course, with the same type of supports that we've used in JCAT Steelworks. Now I'm going to let you guys in on a little, I'm not sure, secret or tip. When it comes to supporting these big loopings or even big half loops, I still prefer to use JCAT Steelworks, because they have that very typical support that's actually quite realistic, where you have one big piece that supports the looping, that touches the track, if you will, that's the same color. And then you have these two kind of wide beams, if you will, that go to the ground. Now, what happens, and I'll show you guys this in a bit, but first let's just place these looping supports. Let's see here, is it this one? No, it's the other one. Yeah, it's this one, so let me just see. Yep, like this. And like that. Beautiful. So as you can see, we've already had to have a decent amount of support for looping. There's only one problem, of course, because now that we're replacing these, I also want to, of course, put footers on every single support that we make. So for instance, if you go here to footer room and I want to support these, this is all no problem, because, you know, this is all straight to the ground. And then we get to these two, and you can see the problem here. It doesn't quite fit with these footers. Now you could, maybe if you want, you could maybe do something like this. I mean, it doesn't look great, but you could kind of, you know, improvise and do it like this. So that's the only problem. If you use these supports from JCAD Steelworks, they're not going to fit these footers. But again, you got to kind of, pick and choose a little bit and improvise. And as you can see, I just really like the way these look. So I'm just going to go with this. And for now, not go with any crazy custom designs that I can make with Moby Steel Jungle. This is for now fine. Okay, so basically that also means for the Cobra roll, we're going to do exactly the same. So we're not going to make anything crazy with Moby Steel Jungle. We're just going to use these large loop supports. Let's see if I can position that properly. Yep, that looks about right. And then of course this side as well. Yes, there we go. And of course, we're going to see how far we can kind of place these standard single bars. So we're going to go back to Moby Steel Jungle, bar vertical extended. Let's just put one here. That's kind of nice in the middle. And then let's see. So this is a little bit too far for my taste. I think one more like this. Yeah, actually that kind of lines up not too bad. So I'm just going to stick with this one. And then let's see, I want to do it symmetrical, of course. So I want a support here. There we go. Let's see if I can make it just a little bit more pretty with a cap. Yeah, that's about right. So I'm just going to use these caps here. There we go. All right, so that's our Cobra roll, but we still have this piece left. So let me just make one here. Let's go to bar extended. Let's see if I can make one right. Oh, there we go. That's beautiful. So we're going to make one right in the middle. And again, we can use our pre-saved design. And let's just see. So this one is too high, but our 1-3, let's see if we can. Okay. So unfortunately, this is kind of offset. So we can't make it like this. That's okay. Let's just custom fabricate this for now. So we're going to go to bar H8 and 1-3 like so. All right. That looks pretty good. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it right there. I think this looks a little bit more pretty. So I'm going to do it like this and then like this. And then at the bottom, I'm going to put it vertically. Let's see here. So yeah, let's just use this one. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and, of course, install some horizontal bars. So we can put 3 here. That's going to look nicely. And then I'm going to put one final on top. There we go. That looks pretty cool. Now, of course, just like in this model, we have to also support the top of the Cobra roll. So for this, we're going to have to make our custom Cobra roll inversion, if you will. And we can also kind of save this design a little bit, but I'll show you guys what I mean. So first, we're going to have to find the top of the Cobra roll kind of in the middle. So is that, nope, I'm a bit too far off. No, okay, so it's here. I think this might be the place where, yeah, look at that. That's kind of right in the middle. So this is where the Cobra roll kind of is in the air, if you will. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead to bar vertical H1. I'm going to go all the way up. So there we go. And now we got our connecting piece, right? Then we're going to go to bar horizontal. You're going to make sure we have a 90-degree angle like this. And then we're going to go ahead and use our bar vertical extended. Let's see here. Just like that. You can probably see the support taking shape now. So that looks kind of nice. And now we just need to figure out, there we go, bar H8, there we go. Yeah, so this should be fine. Now before I place these bars, let's first address this, because you can see we have a nice little support, but there's some loose ends here. And you have, if you scroll down in Moby Steel Jungle, these right here, the knuckles, and these kind of make sure that the support looks kind of smooth and finished, if you will. So you just place them there and look at that. That looks nice. Now before I move any further, I'm going to save this design. I'm already going to put the footer because that's fine. And I'll show you guys why. So let's see here. There we go. And now we're going to do this. I'm going to make sure that we also get this part. So this is fine. And we can call this T support. So it's kind of similar to the one in JCAT Steelwork. So let's click on that. And then if we go down all the way to T, sorry, I have a lot of pre-saved designs. There we go, T support. Let's see if we can flip this around and place it here. There we go. That is perfect. And the reason I didn't use these bars yet that we will place in just a bit is because now I can also use this to connect the 0, 0. So if I can kind of line this up properly, let's see here. Takes a little bit of work, but let's see. I think this should be it. Yeah, that looks about right. Let me check. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite work because this has to be 1/2 of a block further. That's a bit of a shame, but still, we were able to use this pre-saved design to kind of copy paste this. So let's go ahead and use. Let's see, where is it? There we go. We're going to go back to our bar H8, and we're going to go ahead and go all the way to the edge right here, and then we're going to go ahead and place as many of these as we can until we kind of are too high up. See, so this won't work because this will not align properly with the footer. So from here, we'll start using a vertical extended bar. So something like this. I'm going to do it on the other side as well. And as you can see, this indeed takes a lot more time than the JCAT Steelworks variant, so the beginner supports. But once this is finished and once we compare it, you will see that this looks much, much better. And this is getting pretty close to being realistic. So you're gonna, yeah, like I said, it's gonna be a big time investment, but it's gonna look very, very nice. So let's go ahead into our horizontal bars because we want this side to be kind of supported. So like this. There we go. And of course, this side as well. And again, if you want to now save this design once we finished it and name it something like Cobra roll support or something like that, you know, that would be, you know, you can absolutely do that. That would be great. So there we go. I'm going to put these in the middle. So I'm going to put 2 horizontal bars here. And there we go. That doesn't look too bad. And then we go here into these coaster goodies. We're going to once again place the footers. And we're also going to place some footers here because we have some supports there. And of course here. And of course there. There we go. Look at that. That already looks really cool. That looks really nice in my humble opinion. All right, so unfortunately this one didn't quite work because it's not in the middle, but at least we can mimic it. So let's go ahead to Moby Steel Jungle. And just like the Cobra roll, we need one connecting piece, which will be, yeah, right there. That seems about good because if I put it there, it's going to float. We don't want that. And then, of course, we're going to go ahead and place 1 horizontal bar. Yep. And then we're going to go ahead and place a bar vertical extended. So we can already delete this one. And then we're, of course, going to use the knuckles again, which are way down. Because, again, you know, you see these open spaces. That doesn't look very pretty. So let's just do it like this and then this. All right, that looks pretty nice. And just like the Cobra roll, I'm going to make sure that this this slanted bar starts at the top because it looks a little bit better in my opinion than doing it at the bottom. So we're going to use this one, and then we're going to go ahead and turn it around, and we're just going to once again place this here. And you can see this one is too. Let's see here. Does this work? No, it's too low. That's not going to match with the footer. So we're just going to go straight down from here like so. And of course, just like the Cobra roll, we're gonna place some bars. So 1, 2, 3, and then I'm just gonna put 1 here like so. And then we can put a footer here. And there we go, that's the top supported. Now let's go back to this section of the track because we kind of left off here. So we're gonna go ahead back to our bar vertical extended. And I want one kind of right here. That's kind of like the bottom part of this track, so that's fine. And I want, let's see, let me put it also here at the bottom, so like that. So I want these supports to kind of be symmetrical. So let's see if I can make that happen. 5, 6. Let's see. So I do kind of want to use the same principle that I used in the in Moby Steel Jungle, or excuse me, JCAT Steelworks. I want to use this vertical bar as far as I can before the twist gets too wide. So this kind of would work, but I'm going to go ahead with this one. So let's see if I can mimic it on this side. That should be maybe here. I think so. Yep. And now I just need to make sure that I place one in the middle of this one and this one. So let me see if I can. Yeah, that looks nice. And then of course here as well. Yep. Now you can see there's a little bit of space here, but once again, I can use this cap vertical offset. And there we go. We're going to place it right there. And of course, now we can use our pre-saved design again. So I believe this one might fit. No, that's not going to fit. That's unfortunate. So that's in the middle, but that's okay. We can just still use this. Because unfortunately, the only problem with the pre-save function is that it moves in full blocks as opposed to half blocks. So sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. It's a bit unfortunate, but you know, like that's basically what it is. That's basically how it is when it comes to making custom supports. You're just gonna have to kind of improvise most of the way. So this is gonna be like that, because this is okay because it's like kind of vertical. So I'll allow kind of the slant to start a bit lower. And then this is too high for one of these H. Yeah, that's okay. I think that's okay. So for now, this is fine. I am gonna, however, put one horizontal bar here and one over here. So, oh, wait. There we go. So you can see this is much more time consuming than the other one, but I think it looks much better. All right, so the overbanked turn. Now this was quite a headache when it came to JCAT Steelworks because of the limited options, but I think now we have a lot more choice and a lot more flexibility. So let's see if we can support this one properly. So as you can see, this already works much better because look, I can place it here. And if I use the cap offset again, there we go, look at that, it connects to the track. Now I want to use a slanted bar, but I think I'm going to use the diagonal one. So this one, let me just see how this looks. Yeah, this would actually work, but let's see if I can kind of make it work, if you will. Yeah, and then like this. No, actually, I don't like that. What we can do, we can kind of flip it around, because I see plenty of supports that kind of, how do you say that? They do it the other way. So if the track goes like this and the inner support is inward, so it also kind of supports the bending track, if you will. I'm not sure if that's correct. My English is not perfect, but yeah, there we go. That looks pretty good. So let's see if we can kind of, so we have one kind of in the middle. Let's see if we can kind of start supporting it here, somewhere around here. So again, with overbanked turns, this is kind of tricky, but you're just gonna have to kind of guess where you want it to be. So this is too close to that diagonal track. So let's see if this would work. Okay, so this actually works quite well, but let's see if I can actually, let's see if this works. So I kind of like this. Yeah, okay, so here I have an idea. I think I'm gonna support it like this. So we're gonna place one right here, and I'm gonna hopefully see if this horizontal bar reaches. That's actually okay. I'm good with that. It's not perfect, but I don't think it will ever be perfect. So that is fine. And then I'm going to use the H8 over here. And then let's see if we can just place it like this, and then like this. But unfortunately, this one doesn't work, so we're going to have to use the extended bar. So there we go. I think this one I think this one is okay. So we're going to do that, and of course put one there. Okay, and we're going to finish it off, of course, with a knuckle. Or yeah, with a knuckle. Yes. Let's see here. All right, perfect. So now we got one support here, one support there. So this is now decently supported. So I want to see if I can make a diagonal support right there. Yeah, that would kind of work. Let's see. So let's see, once again, let's go to this one, the quarter one. Yeah, let's see if this will work. Oh, I'm way off. Let's see, here. Nope, okay. Flip it around. Okay, I'm close, look at that. I'm kind of close. Yeah, that doesn't work. That won't work either. But let me see if I can, because I kind of want to support it there. Yeah, so there. Okay, we're getting close. As you can see, it's kind of in the middle. It's diagonal. So we're going to delete all of these. We're going to put it, so this is on the ground. This is where it is. But let's see if I can make it a bit longer. I think, yeah, this is not going to work, I believe, because if I now put a vertical bar here, like so, this will be, yeah, that will be a bit too close to the roller coaster. So this is a nice idea for me, but that won't work. However, if I move this up just a little bit to here, okay, that still connects to the track. Yeah, then we go here and we kind of look for this spot. Oh yeah, yeah, that's actually not too bad. I like this. So there we go. I'm going to once again use the H8, but because this support is diagonal, we are going to use the, of course, diagonal bars. Let's see, I think this is 2. Yeah, but wait, I want this also, because there's a lot of force on this one as well, so I want this to start here. And then like so. Actually, maybe with an H4, because that will look a little bit, maybe this will look a little bit prettier. Let's use the H4 for this one. There we go. Go, and then it looks a bit bulky. Yeah, let's just go with the H8. I mean, again, I'll leave it up to you guys to decide. You can use the H4, the H8. It's all up to you, but I'm just going to go ahead and go with the H8. And I'm going to do the same thing. So vertical bar, like so. And then, of course, we're going to use the diagonal bars. Boom, boom, like this. And we're going to finish it off with a knuckle. So let's see where it is. There we go. Yes. All right, so that took a little bit of work, but there we go. Our overbanked turn and our kind of 90-degree turn is also supported. So now we can go back to these standard supports, or just the simple supports, if you will. Now let's see, this unfortunately doesn't work. So let's use the 1-2 I have, the pre-made, pre-saved design. And let's see here. So the track goes here. Yeah, so it's here. I think I'm going to start the supports right here. Okay, and I'm seeing if I can move it up. 1, 2, 3. Let's see, so 1, 2, 3, and one would be here. And then 1, 2, 3, one would be here. I think this might work. Let me just double check. So if I go to bar extended, there we go. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so I kind of wanted to make sure this is all symmetrical. So they're all like 3 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. So yeah, there we go. And then that should be okay. And now we're just going to make sure it touches the track with a simple vertical bar. So we go down, vertical bar extended. There we go. Nice, look at that. So, it takes a bit of time, but we're slowly but surely getting to the end. I know this is going to be a longer episode, but that's the way it is with Moby Steel Jungle. It's a very, very intricate, if you will. So this doesn't work, but I think for this one, because these are kind of like steep, kind of bank turns, if you will, I think I'm actually going to use the H4 angle. So we're going to have to custom make some supports here. So let's see if I can kind of put one in the middle here. If I can move this one up. Yeah. Just trying to find the ideal position for this. so that's okay. This one is okay. And then let's see if I can kind of mimic this one. Yeah, that's okay. Let's see here. This one is a little bit, no, that's actually okay. I think what I'm gonna do is maybe put it here. Yeah, and then with a cap, the regular one. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then here, this one doesn't quite touch, so we're gonna use the vertical cap offset, and then with this one we can also make it a little bit better. Okay, so there we go. And I'm just gonna keep on with the vertical bar, the simple one. We can put one kind of here where it goes like all the way down, if you will. One here, and then from here now we're gonna have to make some support for the incline loop. But first, let's go ahead and use this H4, there we go. Let's see if we can make something nice here. So yeah, like this, and like this. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Kind of messed up there. Here, there we go. That's what I want to see. Yes, okay. That actually looks okay. I'm okay with that. Again, if you can use the H8 if you want, but I'm going to see if this works for the... Yes, and then, nice, look at that. And then I think also here, should I just place them inward? Could also be, and inward or outward, it's okay. Like so, 1, 2. That unfortunately doesn't work. Yeah, so let's just keep it like this. Okay, let me just make a vertical bar extended, like so. Yes, then we're gonna use some horizontal bars again. So I'm gonna put some here, and yeah, let's just put one here. And of course, in this non-diagonal, just a straight one, like this. That looks actually, that looks okay. All right, so let's tackle this tilted incline loop, which is gonna be not easy, but let's see if we can figure something out. So I'm gonna use the bar vertical extended to kind of see if we can find a point where it connects with the loop. So for instance, yeah, something like here. So it's gonna be not perfectly in the middle. I think this one is kind of okay-ish, and it connects. So if we're lucky, maybe here, and then a horizontal one. It's close. It almost connects. Maybe with a cap we can kind of make it connect. So let's see if this works. That doesn't work. That's unfortunate. So I can only place it here. Okay, so this one unfortunately doesn't work because it doesn't touch it properly. And I think if I put like a small one here, yeah, it goes through the looping. Forget that. That doesn't work. So let's see if I can find another one that actually does work. That also doesn't work. That's unfortunate. But maybe just maybe if I put it here. I'm gonna see if I can maybe support this one diagonally, but it does mean we're gonna have to fidget around a lot. You know, now I regret making that tilt incline loop, even though it's a really cool inversion. It's just getting pretty hard to find a way to support it, if you will. Let's see if I can. See, so this doesn't work. So this does work. But the problem is, yeah, this actually kind of works. Let's see if I can figure something out here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do something like this. So if I just use an offset vertical cap, see, there you go, it kind of connects, if you will. Yeah, that looks okay. And then if I just use some of these, a few of these H8 bars, but then I'm gonna use them diagonally. So there and there. Okay, yeah, and I think I can mimic this on the other side as well, if I believe. Let's see, so here. Oh, wait, I can't. Oh, no, wait, or maybe I can. Yeah, I think I can, actually. That's, no, unfortunately I cannot, but I can do it, yeah, so I can do it here. So I'm gonna do the same principle. I'm gonna use an offset cap to kind of make it touch the track a little bit better. Then I'm gonna use the diagonal H8 bars. Yes, look at that. Yeah, I like that. There we go, perfect. So as you can see, Moby still jungle, you know, we're going through it, but you can see that this requires a lot more customization. But like I said, the more and more you make, for instance, these tilt incline loop supports, the more you can now save. So let's say next time you're gonna make an incline loop, you can actually use these pre-saved designs to make your life a whole lot easier. But if you're doing this for the first time, you're gonna have to make a lot of stuff custom fabricated, and it's gonna take a lot of time. But you know, once we're done, you can see just the world difference between this and, of course, JCAT Steelworks. So let's see, I can support it here, so that's okay. I'm okay with that. Is there any way I can have like maybe just a little bit of support here for this one? Yeah, this goes through the track. I'm not a big fan of that, and it's also too close. So yeah, let's just stick with this one. And I'm gonna use the diagonal one again. Now this one is too low. How about an H3? It's a bit too steep, but at least this will kind of properly connect. Yeah, let's just use the H3 right here. So there you go, that's kind of the most complicated thing done. Let's move on. Yeah, there we go. So let's go ahead and continue down the track with these simple, you know, single beams, if you will. So one here, and we can maybe put, no, that's a bit too far off the track. So here, that's fine. Here, and then one over here, and then one over here, and then let's see, one over, that's a bit too far, so from here. So let me go ahead and fine tune this a little bit with the offset cap offset. Yeah, it's not gonna be absolutely perfect, but you know, it's gonna look good enough. Again, even with Moby Steel Jungle, it's not gonna fit, you know, 100% of the time. So you're gonna have to pick and choose again. So let's see if I can maybe support this, because these are some banked corners and they're quite fast. So I want maybe, just maybe a little bit of extra support. And the problem is this one is, nah, it's not gonna work, it's okay. Gonna have to, yeah, it doesn't work, unfortunately. Because this one is, you know, like this. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work. Let's just check it out with the footer. Might actually work, but let's see. And nah, I mean, it kind of works, I guess, but look, this kind of, it looks a little bit janky, so I'm just gonna use some simple ones for now. By the way, I know I'm forgetting a few footers, but usually I plop down all the footers at the end, so that's fine. Okay, now, for the corkscrew, we're gonna have to figure out another kind of support. I know that more modern corkscrews, I think also from B&M, they're not supported at the top, they don't need to be. So what we can do, if we can kind of find a nice support that, well, supports it, you know, it's a bit weird, that supports it from the edge, if you will. So like something like this. Let me check actually, I have a pre-saved design for corkscrews. Let me see if that works and I'll explain you guys how exactly that is built up. So corkscrew support, I believe it's this one. Ah, yes, look at that. That's beautiful. Okay, so let me just copy paste that here and here. Or does it not work? Oh, it actually doesn't work. Okay, wait 1 second. Yeah, it should work. I'm just gonna have to fine tune a little bit. Yeah, that works. Okay, so just place it here. It's gonna be a bit messy, but don't worry, I'll walk you through it. So let's first delete this double one here. So we don't need that. We don't need this. We don't need this. And we don't need this. It's blue, but that's okay, because we can go here to scenery, custom structures, and if you press this, not sure what it's called, the brush, put it all white, and we just click, click, click until it's all white. And I'll show you guys exactly how this is built up. So like this. There we go. So basically, what I did here is I used a vertical bar, then I used a diagonal beam. I think it was the quarter one. Let's see here. So yeah, so this is the quarter one. So like this. And then finally I used a cap diagonal to finish it off, like so. So there we go. And then I believe I used the H4 diagonal beam. 1, 2, yeah, I did. So there you go. These are some very nice corkscrew supports. And yeah, once again, you know, you can make these and then custom save them. So that works great. So let's go ahead and finish the rest of the track because we're almost there. So let's see here. We go to vertical bar extended. And let's just plop down a bunch of single ones here for these corners. So one over here, one over here. And let's see here. Now I'm going to run into the same problem, if you will, when it comes to this support, which is that this one kind of, you know, goes over this one. So we're going to have to find a way to make sure it's that piece of track is supported, but it's not going to hit the bottom section. But don't worry, we'll figure something out. So we're just going to keep placing these supports here until right here. So from here, we cannot use this because as you can see, it's going to hit the track. So this right here is a nice place to support it. Actually, yeah, I like this more, but this doesn't work. So let's see if we can kind of fabricate something here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just use a few of these bars. Something like this maybe. There we go. And I'm just going to use, let's see what we can use. Can we use an H4? Yeah, I think I'm just going to improvise and build something like this. So yeah, that should be fine. I am going to move it up just a little bit though. So I'm going to place it here and then here. Okay. Oh, no, I don't want to delete the roller coaster. Okay. So it's kind of similar to what we used in the JCAT or the, the beginner level supports. But this one is a bit better. So there we go. We just need to use the bar vertical extended. So like this, there we go. And of course, to finish it off, some knuckles. There we go. There we go. Look at that. And it doesn't look too bad. All right, and from here on out, we're going to keep building these vertical bars. Let's see if I can place one kind of here. That's fine. There we go. There we go. There we go. And once again, these don't touch the track. But again, this is the great thing about Moby Steel Jungle. I can of course, connect them all to the track by using that vertical cap offset if it doesn't touch there. So this is the brake section. Once again, I'm going to use some very simple supports here and a final one here. All right, so we're almost done. Let me just go over this last section of track with the cap offset. So we're just going to make sure all of this touches the track. So right there, one right there, one right there, one right there, one right there, and then one right here. Okay, I'm gonna maybe add a few here. Yeah, this one is not connected as well. This one isn't. This one, and this one. And then from here on out it's connected. Okay, so we're almost done. But because this is kind of a fast helix, I do kind of want to support it diagonally a little bit. So I'm going to go back to bar slant H4. See, so this one can be nicely supported like this. Actually, I'm going to make these inward. So support it like this. And I'm going to support one like this. This one is diagonal. That's fine. We can use this one. This one doesn't quite touch. Let me see if I can use the regular cap cap vertical. That's it. It touches the track a little bit. That's okay. So there we go. This one I think I'm also going to support. This is diagonal. So where is it? Here. Yeah. And then let's see if we can kind of support this as well. Oh. Yeah, that's fine. This one. And then this is a bit too low for, yeah, that's a bit too low. So we're just going to use the standard ones there. Okay, so now all we have to do is place footers where there aren't any. So let's go back to Cody's Coaster Goodies. Odie's Coaster Goodies. Select our footer rund, which is German, I believe, for round. And we're going to place footers all over the place where we haven't placed them yet. So here, and I'm just going to follow the track here. Here, yeah, then we have our overbanked supports. And then we have this support. And we go into the brake section. Yep, we have some of our own custom built supports here, 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 and then of course our incline loop. And there we go. Then we go into this section, and then here, here, and of course the supports for the helix. Yes. Over here, we're just going to place all these footers where we find supports. There, there. And we are almost done. Took a bit of time, but yeah, you're going to see the end result in just a second. So there, there. And I think, yeah, over here, make sure I get the chain lift. Okay. And we need a cap vertical offset here as well. And I think that might be the very last piece. So let's see, cap vertical offset. Yes, there we go. All right, look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, we are done. And would you just look at this if you compare to this one? This one is still kind of nice, but you can see there's a lot of more intricate designs into this one. The footers really make things look kind of very slick. And yeah, I'm really happy with the way this turned out. So this is what you can achieve when it comes to the advanced option. Now you do see that it takes a lot more time than placing these kind of basic support structures from Moby Steel, from JCAT Steelworks, but you can slowly but surely reduce the time it takes by saving these pre-saved designs. So if I just look at this roller coaster, now I know I have some pre-saved designs for the Cobra roll. I have some pre-saved designs for this tilt incline loop. I can even, now if you haven't already, you can save this design for the corkscrew, and you can just go through this roller coaster and just, you know, get a bunch of pre-saved designs. And they won't always work, but as you've probably seen in this video, it drastically reduces the amount of time it takes for you to build all these supports. So it's a big time investment, but I think it's definitely worth it considering how it looks. And I just like the way it looks. It's awesome. And yeah, that concludes episode 5 of the RCT3 Masterclass. We have one episode left when it comes to building supports, and that is going to be the expert level, which is the supports that we have right here, which are the ones where the bars are placed a little bit differently, and we have flanges, and we have these different style of connecting pieces. And I think for that one, I will either use this design and tweak it a bit, or I will just start all over again and make sure it's all properly explained. But there you go. I hope you guys learned something, and I hope this was a bit more clear when it comes to building custom supports. And yeah, it's starting to look pretty awesome. And once we're done with supports, we can start focusing on the rest. So, you know, station, queue, some custom pathing, some foliage, of course, and, you know, you name it. So yeah, once again, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for watching episode 5 of the RCT3 Masterclass. I'll see you guys at episode 6. But until then, have yourself a wonderful day.